Hello, welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. We have 2 minutes to start.
Hello. Hello, I'm Wafa. Good morning, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, Wafa.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, I can hear you good.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We will start 1 minute later.
Okay, I'm André Costa from the paper 205, which is in the schedule as the first to be presented.
Okay, please wait. I will announce your name.
Okay.
Okay, dear participants, welcome to 4th International Congress on Human-Computer Interaction, Optimization and Robotic Application. We are in session 7.4 now, and we have 6 papers that will be presented in this session. All speakers will have 10 minutes to present their studies, and we will start with the paper 205, whose title is Interaction Design for AL Systems and Oriented State of Art. The authors of this paper are André Costa and Firmina Silva. If you are ready, you can start your presentation. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you very much. I'm ready. I will share the screen now.
Okay. Okay, we can see your screen. No problem.
So I'll start now. Good morning, everybody. My name is André Costa, and I'm the co-author of this paper entitled Interaction Design for AI Systems, an Oriented State of the Art, created together with Firmino Silva. We are both from ISLA, Polytechnic Institute of Management and Technology Research Center in Vila Nova de Gaia, Oporto, Portugal. In this brief presentation, I'll summarize our paper, explaining the objectives, methodology, and presenting the main results of our work. This work explores the importance of interaction design in the present and future of artificial intelligence systems. The evolution of digital systems has been extraordinary over the last 2 decades and represents a constant challenge for interaction designers. Remarkable developments in artificial intelligence intensified it. AI is rebuilding our society. Robotics, healthcare, sustainability, and smart cities are some of the emerging areas where this technology is making significant changes and causing a considerable impact. Advances in the field of AI triggered a series of opportunities and challenges concerning user interface design. It is relevant to compile the interaction design guidelines of artificial intelligence systems and provide this work as a reference to guide the development of interfaces and promoting an optimal human-focused user experience. We do that by highlighting the preeminent authors of user-centered design, researching appropriate design principles for developing a positive, effective, and safe interaction between humans and computers, and deepen and orienting the state-of-the-art study to promote exploration of human-computer interaction. Our methodology is analyze the state of art to identify, characterize, and compare the guidelines on user experience and user interaction design principles, explore the main research works in terms of usability and user experience, and compare the studies to obtain a set of the most suitable and consistent principles to ensure the output of a comparative table that aggregates reference works in a field of a group and abstract guidelines to use in AI systems independently of its interface, such as responsive interfaces, but also augmented and virtual reality. Our methodology is based on literature review, where we do an extensive research of the most relevant bibliography. We compare and relate the works that were analyzed in the previous step, and we aggregate the guidelines under fundamental design principles for artificial intelligence systems with diverse types of interfaces. As you may know already, we are talking here of two main concepts: interaction design, which is the practice of designing interactive digital products, environments, systems, and services, and of course, artificial intelligence, which can be defined as the art of creating machines that perform functions that require intelligence when performed by people. The main state of art that we'll present today are works that already have their own guidelines that we use in the next step to construct our table. The first work was the proceedings of 2019 CHI Conference on Human Factors Computing Systems, which is the premier international conference in human-computer interaction. The book Design of the Future Things from Donald Norman, an American researcher, professor, author, and director of the Design Lab at University of California. He produces a consumer-oriented theory of natural human-machine interaction. The book Designing the User Interface, Strategies for Effective Human-Computer Interaction by Ben Schneiderman, an American computer scientist, university professor in the University of Maryland in Department of Computer Science. He conducted fundamental research in human-computer interaction, developing new ideas, methods, and tools such as direct manipulation interface and usability inspection methods, book and article from Jacob Nielsen, a computer scientist with PhD in human-machine interaction, and Robert Mack, researcher and author. They create a group of methods where experts inspect a user interface to discover usability problems. In next step, a table that combines and aggregates the works in a framework of abstract design principles was developed. Table 1 will show how the studies are associated with a framework of fundamental abstract principles of usability and interaction design. We can see this is the first part of our table. We can see here the abstract and consistent principle of affordance, which is not directly present in the proceedings of CHI conference, but is present in guideline 1 in the work of Norman, guideline 2 in the work of Schneiderman, and the heuristic 1 in the work of Nielsen and Mack. So that's why it's so important to have the set of the main works, which we can compile in a group of main and abstract guidelines, which we did, and I will briefly present. So we have the first, which is affordance, is the quality or property of an object that defines its possible uses and clarifies how it can or should be used. Is also following real-world conventions, making information appear in a natural and logical order. Discoverability is the degree of ease which users can discover all the elements and features of a system when they first experience it. Reliability and predictability, helping the user understand what AI system can do and understand the system's margin of error. Feedback, inform how user actions will impact the system in the future. Internal and external consistency, follow platform and industry conventions. Personalization and shortcuts, flexible process that can processes can be carried out in different ways, so people can choose whichever method works best for them. Social and cultural context, ensure that language and behaviors do not reinforce stereotypes, and it's adapted to user and cultural context. Ease of use, access and dismissal, so make it simple to invoke or request as well as dismiss services when desired. Error prevention and correction, don't disseminating space or conditions for errors to occur, and showing users a confirmation option before committing to a certain action. Interactions history, keeping interaction history helps users recognize rather than recall, and reduce the effort that the user has to make to use the system. Learning based on user interactions, avoid disruptive changes, promote prompt and granular feedback through the use of the system, customize IE behavior, ease of forgetting or by providing a simple access option to erase users' data and preferences, and help and documentation are the rest of this set of the guidelines, which we have to present in a brief way here in the presentation time given. So to systemize the results, a degree of similarity based on table 1 was calculated. This is an average from the words where we can see that the proceedings of CHI conference is the one that has the most inputs to this framework. Conclusions. The most consistent and preeminent guidelines in all studies classify the output of a framework that guides and conducts the development of interfaces for current IE systems. Abstraction allows implementation in new systems and interfaces that are arising. We have future work planned for this work, which is build a prototype and validate that prototype and these guidelines via focus groups and users research. These are our bibliographic references for this presentation. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Feel free to make us a question or contact us regarding this topic and presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Costa. If there are any questions, you can ask Mr. Costa. Are there any questions? Okay, if you don't have any questions, we will go on with the next paper. Thank you very much, Mr. Costa.
Thank you.
Are the authors of the paper with the number 368 here, Edmire Xtefera and Floreja Ismail? I guess they are not here, and now we will go on with the paper number of 231, whose title is Task and Process Capturing Toolkit Using GUI Automation.
Yes.
I guess Hiruni Pima Benatu Dawa will present the work, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, if you are ready, you can start your presentation.
Sure. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Thank you. A task and process capturing toolkit for GUI automation. In here, this is our today's agenda, and In the past, most of people did their job with a proper paperwork, but today they have switched to new technologies. As a result, nowadays most of industries use computers. But the problem is, if a computer problem arises, the employees do not know how to solve their own problem their own, because most of employees know to use their use computers only for their relevant field. Because of this reason, most of industries take a step to obtain the IT support service. The research project show how to automate the level 2 IT support service. What is level 2 IT support service? I'll tell it in later. The problem. The IT support service is a requirement for most medium and large scale companies. They spend a considerable amount of money to get their service. That is why some companies are outsourcing that service. But the problem is, there is not efficient. Sometimes the IT supporters receive a large volume of problems per day to solve. Hence, some employees must wait for a long time to solve their problems. Sometimes 2 or more employees have facing same problems in the different locations. So 2 or more IT supporters must allocate for that kind of situation. Sometimes the IT supporters must do the same process again and again. So it is the time consuming. If we automate the IT support service, it will be more helpful for future industries. According to the Information Technology Infrastructure Library Service, there are 3 main IT supporters levels. The first level is IT support division, call center. The second level has IT supporters for general problem. The third level has some expert experienced IT supporters for new problem. If an employee face a problem, the employee make a call for the level 1 IT support division call center. In this level 1, the call center record the problem and categorize it to it is a general problem or a newly created problem. If it is a newly created problem, the call center pass it to the level 3 IT supporters. If it is a general problem, the IT support division pass it to a level 2 IT supporters. In this research, we automate the level 2 IT supporters service. In here, the ClickMe toolkit. The ClickMe toolkit is a software that can install the IT supporter PC. The ClickMe toolkit can record the PC. It is not like a video recorder. It is record task and process on IT supporters PC. After the recording, the toolkit generate a ClickMe log file. It has some specific key and values that help to generate the ClickMe script. The ClickMe script has a shell script. With the help of the ClickMe log file, the ClickMe script can run another PC. The executable bot called the ClickMe bot. He is active on another PC. The ClickMe bot has several tasks to do. I'll explain it later. With the combine of these 3 components, the ClickMe file it has created. The ClickMe file can run any Windows 10 computers. The methodology. In here, it has 3 main components. The first one is capturing the user interface and generate the ClickMe log file. The second component is generate the ClickMe script. In here, we implement the boilerplate using shell scripts. The third component is generate the ClickMe exe file. The ClickMe exe file has some requirement specification file, ClickMe log file, ClickMe script, and ClickMe executable bot. Capturing the GUI and convert it into the ClickMe log file. When the ClickMe toolkit is start to record, the recorder kill running processes by using their process name. In here, after that recorder gather OS details and software details. It gathers software details that used in recorded task. The requirement chaser file helps to check the compatibility issues on the user PC and client PC. Also, the requirement JSON file has all processes such as started processes and processes likewise. That is help to calculate the success rate. While running the recording process, the ClickMe toolkit listens to the all processes in the PC, such as mouse click event, keyboard events, keyboard inputs likewise. All these listening processes are processing parallelly, like these click event, clickboard events, drag and drop event. Likewise, the ClickMe log file is created after the end of the recording until everything is saved in memory. Once the user stops the recording, the ClickMe log file is created. The ClickMe log file also includes the mouse coordinations that details used in ClickMe scripts. This is the summary of the ClickMe recorder. First, it is record the IT supported PC. Meanwhile, it capture the GUI and processes as undefined log file. After that, they generate the ClickMe log file using the sequence of basics actions. ClickMe script generator. We create a ClickMe script using PowerShell script. In here, we maintain two PowerShell modules. First module for static tasks, second module for dynamic tasks. What is static and dynamic task? Static task is a common is common to Windows environment. As an example, change the default set from the settings on the Windows 10 machine. It is a static task. It is same for any Windows 10 machine. Dynamic tasks also application level tasks which deal with third-party applications. In the modules, there are some common variables for assigning the ClickMe log file value. Programmatically fetch the line by line to the output file and utilize the keywords PowerShell module. Values are getting updates. There is another feature. As an example, if someone needs to open a browser, after clicking the Windows search button, no needs to enter the exact full application name. Their browser name automatically suggests as the first result. This feature is also capable to the person who record the process using the toolkit. Generate the ClickMe.exe file. The ClickMe.exe file contains a ClickMe bot in addition to ClickMe script. The ClickMe bot is activated when the ClickMe.exe file is running on another Windows 10 machine. While ClickMe.exe file is run on another computer, the ClickMe bot is first run. The ClickMe bot has few things to do in another computer. In here, the first ClickMe bot need to check the environment of the computer where the ClickMe.exe file running. It analyzes the Windows version, Windows architecture, application required to run the ClickMe script and their details. The ClickMe bot makes sure that the relevant ClickMe script does not run in the event of any mismatches. If the ClickMe bot run the ClickMe script on the computer only if the computer environment is suitable for running the ClickMe script. The ClickMe bot capture all the process on the computers from the moment of the ClickMe script start to run. from the moment of the ClickMe script is run, the ClickMe bot listen to the all processes on the PC and calculate the success rate. If the success rate is less than 25, the ClickMe bot terminate the ClickMe script.
Miss
Yeah.
Belantu Dava, your time administration is over. We kindly request to summarize your paper.
Yeah. In here, results and discussions. Firstly, we have ready 3 tasks. First one is the check the IT supporters speed. Second one is the check the recording speed of the ClickMe toolkit. The third one is check the speed ClickMe exe file. In here we can check the static and dynamic tasks. You can see the in here static or dynamic start speed, execution speed of the ClickMe exe file is same. ClickMe recording toolkit recording speed bit longer because it's take a time to kill the selected process and export the ClickMe exe file. In here, this table shows success rate of 3 different scenarios of the ClickMe toolkit. According to this table, the total number of lines are increasing the ClickMe log file. The success rate is getting low. In here, to have clear understand, we have taken the a couple of static and dynamic tasks. From that, the success rate of each static and dynamic tasks are counted. When the number of processes are increasing, the success rates are increased. When the number of processes are decreased, the success rate also decreased. Conclusion and future works. The task and process capturing toolkit dedicate automated level 2 IT support built on the Python language. It works capturing the graphical user interface and the final outputs gather the executable ClickMe exe file. Currently, this is only for Windows 10 operating system. Future release, it will be available for another operating system as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much for presenting your work. Are there any questions related to this paper? Okay, if there are not any questions, we will go on with the next paper with the number of 208, whose title is Standardization of Humanitarian Project Monitoring and Evaluation Using Semantic Web. The authors are Wafa Ibrahim and Melike Sah. If you are ready,
Yes,
you
I am
can
ready.
start. Okay, you can start.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wafa Ibrahim. I'm co-founder and program director of Bishkurin organization. This presentation is supporting with Professor Dr. Malika Shah. And the subject of this presentation is standardization of the humanitarian project monitoring and evaluation using the semantic web. Of course, the reason of many wars and conflict in my country, especially Iraq, there is millions of people are displaced. And with the destruction of the livelihood of and different difficulty of access to the basic service, million people record to all kind of humanitarian help. So this is the main reason of there is many INGOs and local NGOs work in Iraq. These organization operation in this region are required to evaluate their work yearly. This can be achieved by analyze the stage of the employment humanitarian projects such as data collection and work plan and documentation and recorded result. Monitor and evaluation humanitarian project can be challenged task, especially if the evaluated humanitarian project located is difficult to reach, such as, the unsafe land. So we propose a new ontology for humanitarian project and the proposed ontology cover the details of information of the project. We provide extensive semantic rule to automatically infer the humanitarian project process. And in addition, we're using the Sparkle query information about the humanitarian project can be a query in detail. Here is the sample of related work. There are several work on project monitor and evaluation general. However, there are few research that use the ontology and semantic web technology for human disaster management. Here are I mention of some of these samples, and to save the time, I will just mention others of review state of the art ontology for access management. They found out that only 65% of these subject area are covered by the existing ontology. Although there are some work for disaster crisis management using the ontology to based of our knowledge, there is no semantic web-based approach for the humanitarian project monitoring and evaluation, which is the contribution of our research. Of course, the semantic web encouraged the development of technology for human and computer collaboration. The main goal of the semantic web to address the automatic data processing using semantic web technology that include, of course, the uniform resource identity, resource description framework, web ontology language, and Sparkle query, the semantic web rule language, and at the end, the human-friendly user interface. Of course, here is the four main part. All the humanitarian organizations is implementing many projects about it. The first one is the education, and the second one is protection, the water sanitations and hygiene. I think this name is short, it is famous by WASH only. The food security and livelihood, we call it just FSL. Here in these structures, I show you all the part of the humanitarian project working with in all the country, in all the world, the WASH, protection, education, and the FSL, with all the details working with. Of course, every part has distribution, and I will explain one by one which type of distribution. We will start with the education. The United Nations program focuses on three types of education: formal education, non-formal education, and the distribution. Here in education, the distribution is education tools only. In our ontology, we create several education-related classes and properties to obtain details information about education-related activity in humanity projects. Some of the created classes for education are formal training, non-formal training, project training, skill job training, education materials, and of course, pre-test and post-test. Here we talk about the most important part in this all project, the protection. When we talk about the protection in humanitarian project, the protection includes the several of psychosocial support service or case management and distribution. In our ontology, we create protection-related classes and properties to obtain details information about the protection-related activity in a humanitarian project. For instance, project training for women and child classes cover training activity for protection. Water, sanitation, and hygiene. We called all the time is just WASH. Of course, we know drinking water and sewing water and personal hygiene are all closest to related to each others. But the lack of the service for any of them is spare to disease and lead to the death, of course. WASH includes service of technical work. And hygiene promotion. In our ontology, we have classes and properties for tracking WASH activity in human bodies, such as access to water and hygiene promotion and distribution. Here, the distribution is type of needed item, food security and livelihood. Here is the most important of the part. The food is most important for any area that happen the world there. The distribution boxes here is in general, it's different type of dry food like sugar, child milk, and oil. In our ontology, we have classes of property for Traxxas FSL activity, humanity project, and such a food and distribution class. Here are some of screenshots. We will show you the classes of the ontology, the object property of the ontology, and data type properties of the ontology. Sample individual, Sparkle query for the searching, the semantic data, and the semantic web rule language, the rule interface new data. These are the main classes of our ontology. We started with the projects, participant, and project activity, and the staff, and at the end there is a department. Here's the one of the screenshot of class hierarchy of the proposed ontology, and the object property of the proposed ontology, data properties of the proposed ontology, and individual sample empowering women is an instance of project. Sorry. Here is the project. There is many projects here, the empowering of women. Here is the type is project, of course. And here is the object of property assistant, she. Okay. The individual of project activity class here is our classes, the department, participant, project activity, projects, and the staff. And here is one of our staff who working in the project activity, and these are the project activity. Query using Sparkle query. Here is some sample of our Sparkle we use in our ontology. So these are the question about the Sparkle. If the list of the participants include, if the participant received the distribution, if he benefited from the project and received the food box, the years of benefit from the project. These are all this researching in our Sparkle. And there is another sample here's about the monitor of the staff, list of the staff, training experience for that staff, working responsibility of that one, date of starting work, and the skill. And there is another samples. Here is the semantic web rule language. Here we use some rule in our ontology, and there is these are the sample of them. Here is for the participant, benefit from the empowering women projects activity, like participant receive the cash for education purpose, and there is another sample of our rules. We made it for this ontology. Conclusion and future work. The monitor and evaluation of humanitarian project can be difficult since this project gather first data about the project activity different formats. To all views, the problem and standardization standards, the data obtained from the humanitarian aid activity, we present our new ontology for humanitarian project monitor and evaluation. We also provide sample Sparkle and semantic web rule language to demonstrate that provide semantic web based approach for a humanitarian ID project, monitor and evaluation can be automated using the semantic data. In this way, all phases of the project, including actor, participant, and staff, and the project activity can be automatically analyzed the query. Currently, 4 types of projects, education, protection, WASH, and FSL, are included in our approach. In the future, the ontology can be expanded to cover different types of humanitarian projects and comparing them as well. Thank you very much for your listening. And if there is any question, please contact with me. Thank you.
Ms. Ibrahim, thank you very much for presenting your work. Are there any questions related to this paper? Okay, if there are not any questions, we will go on with the next paper. Thank you very much again. We will go on with the next paper with the number of 401, whose title is The Impact of Technology Readiness on User Acceptance of Government Cloud Computing Services. The authors of this paper are Mohd Temiz Emron, Roslina Ibrahim, Nur Azeliha Abu Bakar. If you are ready, you can start.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. You can see my slide now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everybody. Thank you once again, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Muhammad Talmizi from Malaysia. I would like to present the finding of my research title, The Impact of Technology Readiness on User Acceptance of Government Cloud Computing Services. So basically, this is my presentation outline. First of all, cloud computing is a general term, can be defined as a new platform for computing technology innovation that enable computer resources such as hardware, software, data, space, and more to be shared. Cloud computing provides many benefits to users, both for organization and individuals, such as time saving and cost reduction. According to National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, there are 4 deployment methods. 4 deployment model in cloud computing, which is public, private, hybrid, and community, and 3 type of model as well as 5 essential characteristics. This is my case study actually. The Malaysian Government Unified Communication and Collaboration, MyGov-UC, was launched in 2015. MyGov-UC offers communication channels such as email, video call, teleconference, and short messaging services through our agencies' common platform via cloud-based service. However, based on the preliminary study and finding in MyGov-UC impact assessment by Mampu 2018, it was seen that the usage percentage is unsatisfactory. Among the issue raised were the non-optimal application usage rate, low IT skill and knowledge of user. The existing infrastructure does not fit with the few application and low awareness. Finding of the same problem were also found in past study, such as low acceptance of cloud computing in public sector, low readiness for cloud computing implementation, lack of awareness, lack of IT knowledge and skill, and lack of infrastructure compatibility. This is my problem statement. Many past study on acceptance of cloud computing technology solely focus on the one perspective, which is acceptance theory. The low acceptance of cloud computing technology can due to low user technology readiness. Technology readiness is a situation that indicates the user level of user readiness to adopt and use new technology. Thus, technology acceptance can be enhanced by assessing the level of technology readiness of individual or organization. Moreover, technology readiness has been proven to be one factor that can affect the acceptance of the technology. Therefore, the lack of past study on impact of the readiness toward acceptance was filled in the study as one comprehensive model which integrated both theory, acceptance, and readiness. The research on technology readiness and acceptance of individual user are under study due to most previous study focusing on the individual organizational level. Besides that, the low and unsatisfactory usage of the MyGov UC application indicate the poor acceptance of the service. Also, weaknesses in the existing infrastructure such as network capability further affect the usage rate. Moreover, the lack of awareness and promotion of the MyGov UC service within the organization further inhibited the application use. Therefore, this study has proposed a validated model that influence users to accept MyGov UC and determine their readiness for cloud computing technology. The objective of this study is to identify the factor and the impact of the technology readiness that influence cloud computing acceptance in the Malaysian public sector. Analysis of the past study has been done intensively to obtain as much input as possible to translate into this study. The keyword acceptance of cloud computing, UTAUC, readiness theory, and Malaysian public sector services has been focused on the literature review. I also performed a metric analysis of past study to identify the factor. There are two main theories used as underlying theory in this study, which is UTAUC by Vakantesh 2003 and Technology Readiness Index by Parasuraman 2000 as a basis of this study. Methodology, the study went through 5 phases. I have explained the first and second phase at the beginning of this presentation. And the next phase are the proposed model, data collection, analysis, and of course the discussion. The phase 3 proposed model readiness dimension is the TRI, Technology Readiness Index factor, which extended to the UTAUC construct. There are 5 constructs derived from UTAUC, which are performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, behavioral intention, and actual use. They extended with the other 6 constructs from the metric analysis, which are divided into 2 main dimensions, technological and human dimension. The slide shows the 18 hypotheses which has been tested in this study. Phase 4 begins with the sampling and data collection approach. The study used online survey form by Google Form application. The link to the survey form is distributed to the public relation office and direct to the individual employees via email. Besides that, 200 papers-based survey form were distributed manually. The total response are 359. There are 4 main steps in the process of data analysis and verifying model. The first, initial data preparation. For respondents rate analysis, the respondent of the study is 359 as stating the recommended by the G-Power. The data cleaning process is done with the only 3 respondents was excluded, and the common method bias and normality test were also performed. Step 2 is the descriptive analysis, begin with the demographic analysis of the 351 respondents involved in the study, and the analysis as shown in the slide. Step 3 is the inferior analysis using the SmartPLS software. There are few steps, there are few analysis. The first is inferior consistent assessment. Next, determinant the reliability indicator. Next is convergent validity assessment. And finally, discriminant validity assessment. So all the assessment in this phase are passed. Next is the first step next for the inferior analysis, assessment of the structural model for clarity issue. So basically from the slide, we say that the findings show all the assessment for this inferior analysis are passed. After all the steps are completed, this table summarizes the hypothesis achievement with the 12 significant hypotheses and 6 non-significant hypotheses. And the diagram shows the past coefficient result of the structural model with 12 significant and 6 non-significant relationship. The R squared for the all endogenous are moderate, and the Q squared of all endogenous are greater than 0, which indicating this model has predictive relevance and is suitable for this study. And last phase is the Technology Readiness Index score analysis. The TR score for the Malaysian public sector readiness towards cloud computing technology was 3.38, indicating moderate technology readiness among the respondents. Last, in the discussion phase, based on the analysis, the study was suggest some recommendation to increase the acceptance of the cloud computing. For example, users should able to take advantage of the further features provided to increase the work productivity. The service provider should also consider ensuring the compatibility of the service with the multiple platform and device, also to increase the security level. Besides that, the organizing seminar and talk of the benefit to the cloud computing, which also can arise awareness and intention to use the cloud computing among the public sector employee. Conclusion, the study theoretical contribution is a comprehensive model that integrated UTAUP construct with the readiness theory for measuring the level of readiness of individual in the Malaysian public sector and factors that influence them to accept cloud computing government services. The model called Cloud Computing Acceptance and Readiness Model, CCAR. The study proved that positive factor of the technology readiness workable to determine the influence of user work performance and their effort to use cloud computing services. The model is important for evaluating the extent of the user technology readiness. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Mr. Emran, thank you very much for presenting your work. Dear participants, do you have any questions about this paper? Okay, if you don't have any questions, we will go on with the next paper. Thank you very much again. Our next paper number is 53 with the title of Performance Evaluation of Quality of Service by Using Hybrid Algorithms in VANETs. I guess Head Khalid Fakri will present the work.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. If you are ready, you can start and we can see your screen. There is no problem.
Is there screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes, okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Hedil. I would like to make a presentation about my paper ID 5013. In this figure, introduction, in this figure show the VANET, and we note through is a three-type communication, V2V, V2R, V2I. Problem statement. The general problem in this project that tackle the congestion of packets and data in the VANET. We presented the main problem as follows. When the transmission range is large, however, the probability of accident in channel increased due to an increased number of nodes competing for channel. Number two, the vehicular and the vehicles are uniform of priority of communication and other vehicles. This may cause congestion. The control channel may become congested because of the high becoming message under high vehicle density. Objective. The main objective of this research is to enhance of the performance quality of service of VANETs by controlling congestion. This will be achieved by to propose a new approach to tackle the congestion problem in this vehicular ad hoc network VANETs. To enhance the quality of service in the network via solving of the congestion control problem by using k-means and scatter search. To simulate and study the behavior of the network under different scenarios and compare it with a recent approach. Methodology. In this figure, show the framework that proposes to solve the quality of service. Firstly, parameter done, k-means, after they generated the path, they choose the node position, calculate mobility, calculate speed, calculate velocity on the best path, finally data transmission. Results and comparison. Bucket delivery ratio, BDR. This figure depicted the BDR result as graph, which we can see when the speed is increased, indicating that is to normal to decrease the delivery ratio as the speed increases. The effective of the maximum speed is caused by lack of connection stability caused by increased speed. And in this figure, the evaluation of the suggestion system is predicted on the bucket data rate. The variety of data rate is selected from 4 to 20. Every bucket data is measured to obtain the BDR of it. As you can see in the figure mentioned above, the 4 bucket data rate has gotten 92% of the delivery rate. The delivery rate is started discrete as naturally to reach an 84% when applied to bucket as proposed by our evaluation. Overhead in this figure presented results that come out of our proposed system. The system is evaluation founded of the number of cars. The overhead toward obtain the results of overhead. 5 groups of server vehicular are selected. In 50 vehicular, the overhead record less than 20 megabytes, and the overhead started increase when the number of vehicular increased to record around 100 megabytes at 250 vehicles. End-to-end delay. In this figure, the standard of our evaluation is the number of vehicles. As in the normal, the low delay is recalled with a few number of vehicles. The proposed system records 30 milliseconds for 50 vehicle group of vehicles. The number of point-to-point delay is increase founded on the number of cars, which recorded around 400 milliseconds for 250 vehicles. Conclusion. These algorithm K-means and scatter search SS are combined in the proposed model. The techniques are used to improve network quality of service by addressing the traffic control scheme. This result show BDR increased 92% for 4 buckets, but decreased BDR to 84% for 20 buckets. The overhead increased to 20 megabytes for 50 vehicles. Otherwise, the overhead increased to 100 for 250 vehicles. The end-to-end delay record 30 milliseconds for 50 vehicles, but the end-to-end delay increased to 400 milliseconds for 250 vehicles. In the future work, we suggest integrating this approach with the Internet of Things IoT to improve the quality of service by handle to congestion control problem. Reference. Thank you for it.
Thank you very much for presenting your paper. Dear participants, do you have any questions about this paper? I guess there are no questions. And we have one more paper to be presented with the number of 368. But I guess the authors of this paper are not here. So we would like to thank you for attending the Congress. And we hope to meet you in next Congresses. And now I'm going to end this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.